Forget skinny. These celebrities gained weight and never looked hotter, happier, or more powerful. Shocking, maybe. Inspiring, absolutely. From red carpet rebels to pop icons flipping the script, they said goodbye to starvation and hello to self-love. You won't believe what they look like now or what they went through to get here, ready to see the transformations that broke all the rules. Justin Bieber. When Justin Bieber first hit the scene, he was all swoopy bangs, purple hoodies, and puppy dog charm. A baby-faced Canadian kid with a voice that melted tween hearts and a haircut that launched 1,000 imitators. He was sweet safe and so squeaky clean, your mom probably approved. But Bieber didn't stay a boy for long. As the spotlight burned brighter, Justin started shedding the sugary image. The hair got shorter, the jawline sharper. Tattoos appeared like plot twists, sleeves, neck ink, even a tiny cross near his eye. His sound matured, his lyrics got moodier, and suddenly the kid from Baby was singing about heartbreak, faith, and everything in between. Of course, the journey wasn't all smooth. Fame came fast, and so did the growing pains, tabloid drama, legal run-ins, and a few public missteps that made headlines faster than his music. But underneath it all, Bieber was evolving, not just physically but emotionally. Now he's the man with a new look, a new wife, and a new outlook. He's still got the voice, but now it's layered with experience. The boy wonder became a global icon, and the glow up, it's real raw and more human than you might expect. Because let's face it, he didn't just grow up, he grew through it. Dwayne Johnson. Before he was Hollywood's highest paid actor or everyone's favorite motivational gym dad, Dwayne Johnson was, well, a little awkward. Yes, that Dwayne Johnson, the one with the legendary muscles, megawatt smile, and box office power. Back in the 90s, The Rock was rocking questionable turtlenecks, a gold chain, and a fanny pack with the confidence of a man who knew greatness was coming eventually. Originally a football player, then a pro wrestler, Dwayne had the size, but not yet the style. His hairline struggled, his fashion sense wandered, and let's just say his look screamed more uncle at a barbecue than global movie star. But charisma, that was there from day one. Then came the switch. He shaved his head, leaned into the weight room like it owed him money, and somehow made tight black t-shirts a full-on brand. Add in a few eyebrow raises, a mountain of discipline, and suddenly The Rock was everywhere, from action flicks to feel-good comedies to your daily inspiration feed on Instagram. Now he's not just hot, he's unstoppable. He didn't just glow up, he bulldozed through it one protein shake at a time. And yes, that fanny pack photo still exists, but when you look like this now, it's just part of the legend. Dove Cameron. When Dove Cameron first fluttered onto our screens in Disney Channel's Liv and Maddie, she was all sunshine and squeaky clean charm. The classic girl next door with big eyes, soft curls, and that unmistakable Disney glow. She played the double role of bubbly twin and sporty twin, but in real life, Dove was still figuring out who she was. Spoiler alert, she found out, and she found her edge. As the years passed, Dove traded pastel cardigans for bold lipstick, swapped innocence for allure, and stepped confidently into her grown-up glow-up. By the time her Marilyn Monroe-inspired shoot dropped in Galore magazine, the transformation was official. The world blinked, did a double-take, and realized this wasn't a Disney kid anymore. But Dove's evolution isn't just about looks, it's about ownership. She's embraced her quirks, her voice, her softness, and her shadows. Her music became moodier, her style a little darker, a little sharper, still elegant but with bite. It's like she walked off the Disney lot and straight into her own power. Today, Dove is equal parts siren and soul. She didn't lose that sweet sparkle, she just paired it with red lipstick and a killer gaze. Proof that even the girl next door has a wild, wicked side waiting to be seen. Kylie Jenner. Growing up on reality TV isn't for the faint of heart, and Kylie Jenner lived every awkward stage under a microscope. While the rest of us hid our middle school photos, hers were broadcast to millions. Braces, thin lips, and a camera-ready pout that hadn't quite arrived, Kylie was the youngest and often labeled the plain one in a family built on glam. But oh, how the tables turned. Somewhere between lip kits and social media domination, Kylie pulled off one of the most iconic glow-ups in pop culture. She went from baby-faced sidekick to a full-blown beauty mogul before she could legally rent a car. With fuller lips, we'll leave that mystery alone, a sharper jawline and curves that made headlines. Kylie stepped out of the Kardashian shadow and built her own empire. By 21, she was on the cover of Forbes. By 25, she had reshaped the beauty industry. And while people still debate what's natural and what's not, one thing's clear: Kylie knew exactly what she was doing. But her transformation isn't just about contour and gloss. It's about branding confidence and proving that the quiet one might just be the most powerful voice of all. Because whether you love her lip kits or side-eye her selfies, you have to admit Kylie didn't just glow up. She cashed in. Cameron Dallas. Once upon a time in 2008, Cameron Dallas was just another awkward teenager trying to survive puberty. Think braces, spiky hair that defied gravity and logic in a frame so tiny he could probably hide behind a lamppost. Cute, maybe. Hot, not quite yet. Fast forward a few years and cue the dramatic music. Somewhere between awkward middle school selfies and his rise on Vine, Cameron hit his stride. He ditched the braces, swapped the gelled spikes for tousled waves, and started filling out his once skinny frame. His jawline arrived, his confidence followed, and just like that, a heartthrob was born. By the time he hit Instagram fame, Cameron was no longer that scrawny kid with a hopeful smirk. He was gracing magazine covers, walking runways, and causing teenage meltdowns with a single shirtless post. Not bad for a kid who used to get roasted for his middle school yearbook photo. But the real charm, it's not just the glow-up, it's how he never lost the goofy self-aware guy underneath. Cameron grew into his looks, sure, but he also kept his humility, and that boy-next-door vibe that made fans fall for him in the first place. He's living proof that puberty can be ruthless, but sometimes it's also magic. Erin Heatherton. She had the wings, the fame, the runway strut, but behind the glamour, Erin Heatherton was barely holding it together. As one of Victoria's Secret's most iconic angels, Erin was expected to maintain an impossible standard: thinner, tighter, perfect. But no matter how many hours she trained or how little she ate, her agents always wanted less. "I was working out twice a day. I was starving." And it still wasn't enough, she revealed. Her body was screaming for rest. Her mind was exhausted, and yet the pressure never stopped. Behind the glowing skin and lace lingerie was a woman drowning in silent pain. Then something snapped. She walked away from the runway, the pressure, the impossible ideal. Erin chose health over hype. She stopped punishing her body and started nourishing it instead. The weight came back. So did her smile. Now Erin isn't chasing a size, she's chasing strength, peace, and authenticity. Her story is a wake-up call. Even angels fall, but real beauty is found in getting back up on your own terms. And you? Do you prefer to gain weight or lose weight? Share with us and see who impresses you the most on this list. Khloe Kardashian. For a long time, Khloe Kardashian was seen as the odd one out in the most famous reality TV family in the world. While Kim and Kourtney soaked up the spotlight, Khloe often found herself stuck with the nickname the Chubby Sister, a label that followed her through years of public life, tabloid scrutiny, and internet mockery. But Khloe, she wasn't about to stay in that box. With quiet determination and a sharp sense of humor, she began a journey of self-transformation, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. She ditched the soda, picked up the dumbbells, and showed up to the gym like it was a second job. Her workouts were intense, her focus unshakable. Slowly, the world started to take notice. What emerged wasn't just a woman with a sculpted figure, it was someone who had reclaimed her power. And she didn't stop with herself. Her TV show, Revenge Body, took her personal mission and turned it outward, helping others bounce back from breakups, setbacks, and self-doubt through fitness and self-love. Khloe's glow-up wasn't overnight. It was earned rep by rep, choice by choice. Today, she isn't just one of the Kardashians. She's a symbol of resilience and a reminder that sometimes the best revenge is becoming everything they said you couldn't be. Sasha Pieters. When you're young, famous, and starring on a hit show, the last thing you expect is to watch your body change without your control. That's exactly what happened to Pretty Little Liars star Sasha Pieters. As the cameras kept rolling, her body began to shift. She hadn't changed her lifestyle, but the weight crept on, and the world noticed. The whispers turned into online attacks. Lazy, unrecognizable, pregnant, the internet was ruthless. But Sasha wasn't hiding. What they didn't know was that Sasha was battling a serious hormonal disorder, polycystic ovary syndrome (PCOS). It caused sudden weight gain, inflammation, and emotional exhaustion, but instead of collapsing under criticism, she stood up and spoke out. "Loving yourself is one of the hardest things we're asked to do," she said boldly, and yet she did it anyway. She reminded fans that self-worth isn't based on body size, that health isn't always visible, that confidence can coexist with struggle. Sasha chose compassion over crash diets and peace over perfection. She's still growing, still glowing, and still teaching us all a lesson in grace under fire. Anne Hathaway. She won an Oscar but lost herself in the process. To play Fantine in Les Miserables, Anne Hathaway didn't just act desperation, she lived it. On a starvation diet, she survived on nothing but 2 thin squares of dried oatmeal a day. Her weight plummeted, her body weakened, and though the world applauded her dedication, Anne felt numb. "I wasn't in a good place," she admitted, physically or emotionally. Even after accepting Hollywood's highest honor, she didn't feel triumphant. She felt empty, literally. The applause faded, but the damage lingered. So Anne did something radical. She let go. She stopped starving. She stopped chasing the impossible. She gained back the weight, and with it, her joy. No longer trying to disappear for a role, Anne is now embracing roles that allow her to expand, not shrink. In her latest transformation, she's actually gaining weight on purpose for a part, and loving every second even as the internet throws its usual shade. Anne's story is proof that sometimes real bravery isn't about suffering for the spotlight. It's about walking away from what breaks you and choosing what heals you instead. Selena Gomez. One photo. That's all it took for the internet to erupt. Selena Gomez was spotted in a swimsuit, a little curvier than before, and suddenly headlines were screaming, trolls were typing, and strangers thought they had a say over her body. But here's what they didn't know: Selena wasn't just navigating fame. She was battling lupus, a chronic illness that comes with harsh medication and, yes, weight fluctuations. Instead of hiding, Selena stood tall. "I'm happy with myself," she said. "There's more to love." While others obsessed over her curves, she embraced them. The extra pounds, a side effect of survival. The fuller figure, a reminder she was still here, still thriving after years of health scares, heartbreak, and scrutiny. And when people kept criticizing, she smiled anyway. Selena stopped chasing approval and started chasing peace. She let go of the need to be perfect and leaned into being real, bold, honest, and beautifully unfiltered. Because in a world obsessed with shrinking, Selena's glow-up wasn't about size, it was about strength. And that's something no troll can take away.